During the summer of 1764, rumors of a beast attacking children and women began to circulate around the region of Gevaudan, France. And I'm going to let you know right now, I'm not going to be able to pronounce these names. I apologize in advance. Thank you. The first report is said to come from a group of small children, 7 children actually, with their cows. They were located next to their village. The beast was spotted when it was already onto them, as it had been hunting them for a while without their knowledge. The children huddled together and they moved with the beast to make sure that it was always in front of them. One of the children, referred to as the little Portifax, took charge and put himself in front of the 2 older children, and then put the girls that were with them behind those 2, following the younger children behind them. They all rotated with the beast as it surrounded them. It suddenly jumped on one of the smaller children, and the 3 older children began to attack the beast and skewer it, but the blades couldn't enter its body. They were able to push it off the child, though, but not before ripping and eating off the child's left cheek in front of the group. The beast attacked the children again. This time it knocked the youngest to the ground. It got him by the arm and dragged him away. Knowing that they stood no chance, the Portifax decided to take the time that the beast was using to eat the small child to run and save themselves. The beast, however, wasn't about that, and it continued to chase the children with the smaller child still being dragged by the arm with its mouth. The children split up, forcing the beast to go through the mud in the marshes, which happened to slow it down a great deal. The beast eventually got stuck, and the children attacked it as it held the youngest child under its paw. The Portifax stepped in between the child and the beast, and they continued to stab it until it finally retreated. The king had heard of the victory and rewarded the little Portifax, sending him to the best schools. He eventually became the artillery officer. He died at 32 years old. The battle between the beast and the children is known in history as Le Combat des Portifax. The beast was described as having a flat mouth and fine snout, short ears, gray-red hair crossed by black bands, and white marks on the chest. Due to mass hysterics, the description of the beast changed over time. It was initially described as a wolf or a wolf dog that was lean and capable of taking long jumps and strides. It was the size of a small cow or a bull, in some stories a horse. The tail of the beast was said to be longer than a wolf's, with a prominent tuft at the end. The color was tawny or russet. Later on in the year, 2 more girls were attacked while they watched their herds. The villagers were concerned, but they did realize that herding was a dangerous job. It does attract predators, but later on in the summer, another girl was killed. As she lay dying, she described the animal as a horrible beast. In the spring of 1965, Jeanne Jouve stood at the door of her cottage as she looked for the noises that she heard outside. Looking into the dark, she sees one of her children being carried away by the beast. Without thinking, she ran out and attacks the beast with her bare hands to get her child back. The children's brothers managed to scare the beast off completely, but sadly, the child died from his wounds. He was called Jean-Pierre. The people of Gevaudan put together a hunting team of 30,000 volunteers. Jean-Baptiste Dumel, the captain of the local infantry, and Etienne Lafont, a regional government delegate. They laid poison traps all along the countryside in hopes to catch the beast. They also had some soldiers dressing as women as possible bait. It was claimed that the group saw the beast only once, but couldn't kill it because it was more agile than they, nor lure it into their traps because it surpassed them in cunning, or engage them in combat when it presented itself to them, because its terrifying appearance weakened their courage, disturbed their vision, sets their hands shaking, and neutralized their skills. Rumors of the stories of the beast spread all over Europe, and soon King Louis, convinced that the beast of Gevaudan was too much for the locals to handle, he sent his personal bodyguard, Francois Antoine. It seemed to be working out at first. Francois and his men managed to kill a ginormous wolf. They collected their rewards, but shortly thereafter the killing started back up again. But this time it was pretty pissed off. The deaths were more often now, and as a result, people were starting to panic. The beast was hunted and at the same time killed hundreds of people until June 19th, 1767, when a local farmer shot and killed another huge wolf. To the surprise of everyone, when the wolf was dissected, a large amount of human remains were inside the belly, and the attacks completely stopped. The stories and theories, though, remain swirling around, of course, as to what the heck went down during those years in Gevaudan, France. Was the beast simply a wolf? Well, it very well could have been, or at least a pack of Eurasian wolves. The animals are native to the region, and there are thousands of wolf attacks in France on record between the 17th and 19th centuries. But it didn't seem like a wolf really in the way that they described the animal. Other theories have suggested that the beast was an escaped exotic animal like a hyena or lion. Most people in France would have never seen an animal like this, so I can see how they would appear like a mythical creature or something. The scariest and the worst theory of them all is that it was a human. In that particular region's folklore, there's something called a le meneur de loups, or a leader of wolves. They speak the language of wolves and are described as wizards or former werewolves. Thanks to a pact with the devil that they've made, they undergo werewolf shape-shifting. They can also charm wolves with music or spells and hide them during hunts. It's dangerous to alienate them in lore because they can order packs of wolves to kill herds or people. I guess only until recently nobody had the idea in over 250 years to reconstruct the beast using the dimensions by the surgeons who did the autopsy. I happen to be a fan of the thylacine theory. If you think about the description and the way that thylacine looks, they're pretty similar, and the first one was actually spotted by a Frenchman in 1792 during an expedition. It could have very well been imported, since Europeans happened to arrive in Tasmania in 1642. I don't know. What do you think? Leave me a comment below.